my mind goes like this. It's, if I have a challenge for whatever reason, I refer to the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, and there is this scene where one person says, I think maybe it was him, as parasite. Everybody like, and the answer is idea. If you have an idea, it will make its way out of your head one way or the other. And the same is with me. No matter traveling, exploring, science, and everything. Foundational quest is, how can I convert the knowledge and the revelations that I have had so far and will have into easy to communicate, to place in the awareness of the people so that they can take it, use it, benefit, and tell others. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I hope.
In the Seattle area, I'm pretty involved with tech startups in Seattle, right? And there's a monthly event called New Tech Northwest, right? And so the one thing I like about it, at the beginning, the guy, Brett Green, he'll say, hey, if you're looking for a job, stand up and tell your job. Like 5 years ago, maybe 40 people stand up. I'm looking, 40 people stand up and say, hey, I'm looking to hire software developers, right? It's like, there was so many open and empty software developer jobs, right? No one would fill them. Now, 5 years now go forward. Now the same thing, same meaning now. I think it's for a amount of time, 5 years, we went to this can be filled, and now either the jobs are filled or like there's this thing in Berkeley, Stanford, getting a computer science degree, can't find a job. And it's like, I think part of it is AI. I think part of it, I like software out of the market, right? Because I know a lot of people like, hey, I got a 6-month coding degree, I need $150,000. Well, I work for Amazon, right? So what's your take on that? Do you think software developers, another thing too, I think software developers, in my mind, they're more like tradesmen, right? They're more like plumbers and like electricians, right? Instead of like, how do I put this? Like, I think they're more like tradespeople versus, I think they're more blue collar than the white collar.
It's very interesting how AI, with the possibility to code, now disrupts the whole mainstream kind of increase of coders, and how that is disrupting and changing. And in some way, it kind of that there are these waves of something becoming very popular, and then it transforms into something else, and then it requires people to reconsider what else, or what is more. An example, one of my doctoral students, and for doctoral students at the beginning, especially if they have experience in industry, they have difficulty to see the difference between, do I solve the problem directly, which is the industry approach, or the scientific approach? Do I create a knowledge that is replicable, generalizable, and will help many others to solve something better? And I say, if you want to pick a topic which will not become redundant in the coming years, which is somewhat illustrating software developers, then there has to be two components. One is foundational, which is eternal, which will never change or will be always important, let's say so, which will not lose its importance. And the other that potentially can evolve and change. And that's the way also how I see my work. So my work is technology and people. And people is this eternal component in that, and understanding how human change works. And then technologies, which will always evolve and which will always can be changing. And that's why I rely that engineers will do their best. And I switched from being computer scientist and MBA into more of a, almost like a behavioral scientist that understands and has the fluency in technology, so I can translate. So the same way, for all the people, it's how well you have developed yourself with that one eternal component. What component in your self-development is that will never get out of the importance? And if that balance is then it's good. But if it's just purely, okay, I've learned this one programming language, it's still, the mindset is trained to know what the programming language means. So there's a very good chances to fluently switch from one to another. But then if the whole thing becomes inaccessible, then yes, what do we?
Yes. So is there anything I should have asked you that I didn't, or anything else you want to talk about?
Well, we have covered so many topics that, well, I think, yeah, maybe just to give example of what is the simplest, that's the easiest, that everyone can start doing at any time. And I would like to use the opportunity. If anyone would benefit from it and will change their lives, I would be happy about this. So usually I need 2 items for that. Well, these are quite similar. Maybe, let's see what I can, because it can be, oh yeah, typically I use one of the items as this, and the other is, if you could just give me back maybe the pen that I brought you as a gift. Yes. So we can do some advertisement. So let's say a person says that, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the person can live a daily life with a thought, and the thought can be, I cannot imagine what will I do if there will be no demand for software developers. If the person is a software developer, I don't know what I will do. I don't know what will I do, or I cannot imagine. And if the person lives with this, a person is stuck. So that means all the choice to that. So the recipe is, it has to be the complete opposite, which means if this is, I cannot imagine, what will I do? This should be, I can imagine.